hydrate or dihydrate. That was so silly. Hello, welcome into the channel. Oh, you okay, Puka? My name is Anna, and this is What a Ghoul Wants. I am your ghoul, and what I want is to talk about horror movies, and possibly other genre movies when the, Puka. You okay? Hi, sweetie. Do you want to come up and say hi? Oh, hello. This is my dog, Puka. She's, wondering why I'm talking to myself. Say hi. All right, can you get down? Good girl. Okay, so this is my first video for my channel, and I just wanted to kind of do a little introduction, who I am, what I'm going to be talking about, and I just wanted to say hello, and I hope that if you come across my channel that you think about subscribing, and I'd love to interact with you and just hang out with you on here. And my goal for this channel is to have frank discussions about horror movies and really create a safe space for us to talk about horror movies without any sort of gatekeeping or anything like that. I think that gatekeeping can be a really toxic part of the horror community. That is not to say that most people in the horror community are that way. A lot of people, and most people I've met, are very kind and accepting and nice people. There are a few people, though, who do try to make others feel bad about not having seen a certain movie or all of a franchise or only liking mainstream horror. So I just wanted to create this channel to have a safe space where we can just discuss about horror movies because we love them and respect each other's opinions and just really enjoy the genre together. And I hope that you all join me. I've got a lot of different stuff planned. I think I would love to do movie reviews. I will definitely try to do some live streaming where I watch a movie and have commentary and get to talk to you all about it, and possibly discussions of different horror media. I'd love to talk about more obscure horror movies, older stuff, but I also don't want to shy away from talking about the more popular or mainstream movies either. So it's going to be a fun variety of different things. If you all have any suggestions or comments for what you would like to see, I would love to hear from you and get any feedback that you want to give me, because I want this to be a very open, very engaging space for us to talk about horror movies. One of the series that I planned that I'm really excited about is going through this book, Fangoria's 101 Best Horror Movies You've Never Seen. Now, a little caveat for this book is that it was written in 2003, so it is just under 20 years old. And that means it's not going to have newer movies on there. Obviously, everything in this book is going to be from before 2003. And some of the movies mentioned, some of the more seasoned horror fans may have seen these, so the title may seem a little bit salacious, but back in 2003, this was before streaming services. This was when the internet was still relatively new, so it was a lot harder to see movies like this. So there are going to be some titles in here that may seem like, oh, that's not a horror movie that no one's seen. Actually, I hear about that a lot, or a lot of people have seen this and talked about it now. And that's just with the advent of streaming services and the accessibility of these horror movies has really gone up. So you have to take that with a grain of salt when I'm talking about this book. I have only seen 22 of the 101 movies that they list, so less than a fourth of the movies. So I'm really excited to go through and watch the ones I haven't seen for the first time and also revisit the ones I have seen and just talk about them with you all and maybe let you know about these. Maybe you haven't heard of most of these or some of these movies. So that's a series that I'm really excited for. The movies are listed in alphabetical order, and I think I'm going to follow that structure just from first to last, A to Z. So the first movie that I will be discussing from Fangoria's 101 Best Horror Movies You've Never Seen is Alice, Sweet Alice, aka Communion. I'm actually really excited to be able to discuss that movie first because some of you who follow me on Instagram may know that my handle is Anna Sweet Anna, and it's named after that movie. I chose it for my handle because, for those who don't know, the themes are based around the Catholic Church, and I was raised Catholic. I would consider myself an ex-Catholic, so it really resonates with me in that regard. It focuses on a young girl. She's young, brunette, reminds me a lot of me when I was her age. And it's a slasher, which is one of, if not my favorite, subgenres of horror. And I think it's a little underrated gem that really speaks to me, so that's why I chose it for my handle. The look of the killer is also super cool and iconic, with the yellow rain jacket and the clear mask. And I like it for a lot of different reasons. So I'm really excited that it's going to be the first movie that I talk about. I'm going to list all of the movies that are in this book, and you all can take a look at it and let me know how many of them have you seen. Are there movies on there listed that you are excited to hear about, or maybe there's some on there that you don't like? I would love to hear from you all, so feel free to comment below and let me know. A little bit about me. I have always liked horror on some level, but didn't actually really get into it until a couple of years ago, where I really started trying to watch a ton of movies, really dig in, consume a lot of different horror media. So it's been a build up to creating this channel and me wanting to share my love of horror and to connect with other people in the community and maybe introduce new people to horror. And I want to try to make it as accessible as possible. I know a lot of times that people can be intimidated when maybe they don't know as much as they think other people do about the genre, or they are new to it and aren't sure where to start. So I really just want to make this a place where we can have open discussions, but be respectful and kind to each other. And I really hope to be able to connect to everyone who comes across my channel. I love meeting new people and hearing other people's stories and experiences with horror. I think it's awesome, and I just want to expand my horror family as much as I can. So I would love if you would join me in this little nook of the horror community and the horror section of YouTube, and let's just have fun together. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out my channel. I'm so grateful for everyone who watches. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great day, and let's talk horror next time.